Guys, good day and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Ilora Ella, your favorite baby girl and your go-to plug for places where you can hang out in Enugu, places where you can see amazing locations in Enugu State, Nigeria. And today your girl is at the N Gallery. Yes, you heard me right. The N Gallery. This is an art gallery in Enugu State, Nigeria, right in the very heart of Ofotu, Enugu State. And today I'm with Nneka and Nwanyi Bife. I don't know, beautiful. They're so pretty. Anyways, if you feel like this is a channel or this is the content that you like to see, stay put because I've got amazing content that you would like. And make sure you subscribe, share my videos, like and comment to help boost your girl. And for my old-time subscribers, thank you so much for always coming through. Thank you so much for holding it down. I appreciate and I love So today I'm at N Gallery and I'm with Mr. Sunday Chukwu, the director of the N Gallery. So I'm going to allow him to introduce himself and tell us more and the history behind all these creatives.
Well, my name is Sunday Chika Odinaka Chukwu. I'm a trained artist and major in sculpture in the University of Benin City, Edo State. After my undergraduate studies, I got to seek for a master's degree from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. And ever since then, I've been practicing art. I'm a studio artist, a full-time studio artist. And for me, this is my profession. It's my work. It's my hobby. It's my life. So, and that is it. And recently we started the N Gallery in Enugu. Hopefully by God's grace on the 17th of May, going to be 1 year. Initially, we're not allowing persons to come except on appointment basis. But this time around, we're taking the rightful place of being one of the key players in the art industry in southeastern Nigeria. If you go to Lagos, we have about estimated numbers having about 142 art galleries in Lagos. But Enugu is a very fantastic place that is supposed to have very numerous art galleries and very beautiful spaces, but owing to some of the art institutions we have in southeastern Nigeria. We have IMT Enugu, who do very good art. We have University of Nigeria and Nsukka. We have Unizik, and even in Ese, they do fine art, but it's not mirroring in society. So the idea is to create a very sweet ambience where people get to come see art, get to reflect on themselves, and possibly make comments and all that. So our focus is not just Enugu, it's Southeast Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole.
Aside people coming around to see, do you intend to sell? People allowed to come in and see what they like and actually buy?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Initially, we were like not wanting to sell, but we had good persons coming around because you have to know the worth of the kind of art we have here. One good thing we're boasting of in the N Gallery is we sell valuable arts. Arts that are not, it's rich in material, it's rich in concept, it's rich in philosophy, it's rich in all wise, so that tomorrow, if that art you have can be a very good investment for the person that got the art from the N Gallery, because the art world around the world now is changing. The art is a new oil like that. So yeah, so like we don't want you to get an art here and tomorrow when you want to put it for an auction, you'll be scared because of the quality of the material. All the paint paintings in this gallery, the materials are sourced from America. That is to tell you the length at which all the works you see, none of the materials are sourced in Nigeria, from the canvas to the paintings, and well selected artists. Not just painting for painting's sake. You see, if you look at the art, you relate to it. Good philosophy. And when it goes out there, it will stand whatever world measure in the art.
Finally, Mr. Sunday, let me not take so much of your time. I just want to get your opinion on why Nigerians, I don't like generalizing, but I just want to know the reason why Nigerians they don't value arts.
First of all, there are people that value art, but I will create a scene. Art is something that when you have direct pleasure out of it, either sculpture, painting, graphic design, it does not cure the stomach, it cures pleasure. You're feeding the eyes. My own thinking, we are in an underdeveloped country, not even a developing country. So when people like art, they see it, but the problem is affording it. Because art has very, very great value. So if, for example, now parents are trying to make ends meet to put food in the stomach, and you're putting up, for example, now parents are, it's like art is only for the rich. It's only for the rich. But sometimes not every problem you go to a medical doctor, or you go to psychology, or you get a counselor. Sometimes what you need is some fantastic art that speaks to you. So there's some art that when you see, they speak to you, you have a conversation with them, and sometimes you run to them for solace. You go to them and it speaks to your own situation or whatsoever, and thereby creating a therapeutic this thing for yourself. That money you're going to spend in going to the hospital, but people have to be educated and oriented with what art really is before people will get to it. But there are people that still in Nigeria that invest their money in collecting art, because distant time from now. And that good thing is, if you have some valuable art in your possession, if the artist someday gets to become sells in a very big auction, and you have this piece, that means you can bring out your stuff and say, oh, I have this guy's collection, and you can resell for price going at that point in time. So I would encourage persons to encourage the artists, and also I would want to pass a message across to parents who don't like their children involving in art. Everybody is an artist, but the problem is remaining an artist. That's what Pablo Picasso said. Because when you see a child trying to scribble, sometimes the parents get to beat that out. Passion to have for it. And many a time, passion turns to become money. Yeah, you derive pleasure and more enjoyment when you sell what passion means than trying to sell some things that are tangible. When passion pays you, man, you're going to be very, very glad, because you'll be smiling because you're doing this thing out of play, out of passion, freelance. But at the end of the day, someone is telling you as you're eating, someone is willing to pay you for what. That's my submission.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Sunday. Now we're going to go around.
Enjoy.
When you don't mind, just show us some of your best piece and explain it to us. Just feel.
Can I have best is I've made over 100 sculptures in my lifetime. Osadebe, they had good morals that were shown in their music. If you listen to it, that has to do with how we could navigate life. Ibiri, Kambiri, all those kind of things. But nobody listened. Everybody was just kind of with the melody. But there were morals that were inside of those songs. Like what drives my stuff is I walk around Igbo cosmology and Igbo philosophies. I was born and brought up in the north. I've lived all my life in the north. I studied University of Benin, undergraduate, masters, University of Nigeria in Nsukka. So I positioned my art to talk about my people because there's a lot of morals around the Igbo everyday life, which includes some of the idiomatic expression like Onyebiri Kaibe Yabiri, Abakambo Wegonli, Miri Marugo Sarogaro. So this is a piece now I'm working on. Have you heard of Igbo landing?
Igbo landing.
Have you heard of the story Igbo landing?
No.
Okay. Igbo landing is a true life story of what happened in 1803 in Domban Creek, somewhere in Georgia. So some Igbo slaves were taken out of eastern Nigeria to go over to work in the plantation. But when they got to Domban Creek, they said they don't want to become slaves. So they started fighting their masters from the ship. So when they got to that particular spot, they said they don't want to become slaves. So the slave master said, okay, if you don't want to come, we're not giving you the ship to go back to where you're coming from, so you can use whatever means of transportation. You know what it means? It's just for you to just die. So do you know what the Igbo men did? So they had conversations. So I found myself, I missed them while they were having that conversation. So I had them saying a lot of things. I don't do Igbo very well, but I pick some very good ones. I had them saying, live and let's live. You know, if you live, let me live. I hear that the rain that drenched the eagle also bathed the eagle. That's Miri Marugo Sarogaro.
That is true.
I had them saying, you know, so many other idiomatic expression. Abaka Mbobegoli, Ogaranya Sinachi, and all. So they had their own belief in the personal God. Do you know what they did? They held themselves together and walked into the water, and drowned.
Okay, I've seen an art illustrating
so
that. Yeah.
They drowned themselves. You know, mythological stuff having that they recovered about 13 bodies after them. But the idea was, you know, what I was trying to capture. It's not a sad story, but you know, if not for now, and I'm saying it, so many people, the story have died. Nobody is saying anything about it. It's not in the history books.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so but it's something that should be talked about. So I use my art to talk about these stories. You know, I go in depth. I study a whole lot about Igbo cosmology, and if you go out there on daily activities, whether you like it or not, you know, go to the market, some Igbo expression will just go into your ear that will make you have some form of, you know, recollection with yourself. You know, it's coincides with either your present situation or what you're passing through. You know, it's either it's happy. You know, some of these things are like one yoma bia now. We try to even hold, oh, fine girl. You know, whether you like it or not, it may not be coming from the person you love or the person you are in relationship with, but it's coming from outside that sees your beauty. So it takes courage for someone to give you that form of expression. And sometimes if you're in a good mood, you smile back to the person and say, oh, thank you very much. So that's what is happening around the Igbo environs that should be taken note of. You know? So this is the Igbo landing. So if you go in there, it's more of a story than an aesthetic work. What we call the NCBD symbols. The NCBD symbols, before the inception of alphabet, we have what they call NCBD. There is the form NCBD, and we have NCBD, we have Uli, we have Adinkra of Ghana. So, but NCBD reigned around from Nsukka down to Goja. That is all the Igbo part of. So they had, our forefathers had a way of communication. A way of communication. Sometimes you see them in Nollywood, you know, they put, but you know, even they don't know what is happening, so they just make patterns. So this NCBD stuff, CBD symbols, you know, you see love, you see unity, you know, some of these things are embedded in this. This is reflection. This is reflection. This is reflection.
Really, that means you overlook a lot of things. You don't know them.
So these are Adinkra symbols. So let me take it off from here. So these are things that have reigned in time past. So this is power of love. This is power of love. And I replicated this power of love. So without power of love, they can't engage in that kind of movement. I don't know if you understand. So we have strength, you know, strength is replicated somewhere here. This is strength. So it takes some level of understanding and some level of intelligence to understand the art I'm putting up. So this is going to outlive all of us. You can see the process.
This while I beat the metal sheet, you know, these are the process. So I was wanting to start this head. So there were about 75 of those slaves, but I'm making 11. So I said 11 were the leaders, you know, that's really, but you know, it counters the philosophy that that people who don't have king. But in time past, there was some form of communalism, some form of egalitarian society, where you've read things fall apart.
Yes.
You listen to, yeah. So I've read it fall apart more than 15 times. Each time I read it again, it becomes anew.
Yes.
See what Okonkwo did. You know, Okonkwo had some fantastic philosophy. So, you know, had respect for his wives, you know, respect his children, had strength, you know, and was able to tell truth to power, you know. So that's what Miri Marugo Sarogaro. So this piece is more of a storytelling piece than aesthetic. You're welcome to meet you because I like your dispositions and I like the way how simple you guys are.
Thank you.
So you have this. From Ngozi Oswabo, she's a gynecologist. We're going to help you as women.
Thank you. Letter to my sisters. Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday.
Connection.
Wow, all I can say is wow, amazing. Did you guys see that art? Did you see those? People are creative, people are talented. Like, God, why did you not give me these eyes so I'll be able to draw things? Mind blown. Anyways, I'm so grateful to be here, and this is, if you know you have eyes for creatives, you like art, you appreciate art, make sure you come come to N Gallery. It's in Enugu. And for now, I think it's not open yet to the rest of the public. Well, let's support him, because this is just, it's not easy to start up something like this. Usually it's all of these things in Lagos, but for you to be in Enugu, guys, you guys need to come through and support Mr. Sunday Chukwu. So till next time, I remain Ilora Ella. Thank you so much for coming through. Goodbye.